Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing the July 2015 monthly tarot horoscope for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Virgo. Yay, we got Virgo. And now it's not just because I'm at the end of the zodiac, or getting to the second half of the zodiac, I should say. It's because Virgos are amazing. I have good friends that are Virgos, and I thoroughly enjoy them. The update right now is I'm not sure when I'm going to be getting my sex and relationship videos out to you, but I am doing couple sessions. I've decided to go ahead and do them. If you and your partner would like to have a private couple session with me, feel free to email me at elizabetholson31@gmail.com. I have decided to do $75 per hour, just like my normal individual sessions. I am still doing individual sessions, so if you'd like a private reading also, go ahead and email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. And that's pretty much it for right now. You can also check more about my schedule and pricing on the About section on my YouTube channel. So there's a link it says About, and has all that stuff on there for you. And then I guess what else? And I'm back using my Shadowscapes deck by Stephanie Puy-Moon Law. This is my regular Shadowscapes tarot deck, and so far, things are looking pretty good for the signs for the month of July. It's kind of hit and miss. Some signs are, it's just like every other thing. Everything else, it's these are general readings, so if you want something more specific, you're going to probably want to have a private session with me. But in general, it's kind of hit and miss for the month of July. Some signs are doing really great, and then other signs not as much. So let's look at your spread. So just bear with me here while I roll it out for you. Oh, Virgo, my gosh. Well, it's not as bad as Leo, okay? And again, this is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Virgo, okay? So to begin with, I'm trying to get a bearing on what's going on here. To begin with, it feels like you have a little bit of a wall, like almost a complete wall. A complete wall is where you are completely blocked from anything positive coming in from the outside. That means no blessings, no new money, no new job, no new house, no new car, no new nothing. Basically, everything's basically status quo, and nothing gets in. Okay. A complete wall is 4 cards. The last 4 cards all being negative. And that is a very, very tough position to be in, okay? The second half of July is going to be a major challenge for you, okay? Because you got almost a complete wall. You got 3 out of 4 being negative. The position of emotions, the position of what's coming in from the outside, and the position of your attitude. So 3 out of 4, and then, so you're heavily blocked from a positive outcome as well. The positive outcome would be being in a place of complete trust. Now, I think Aquarius got this. You may be in a relationship with an Aquarius, okay? Or you just may have a lot of Aquariuses around you. But you also may need to be in a similar situation or similar mindset in your life, okay? As Aquarius kind of needs to be. This might have also been Capricorn. Don't remember. I don't remember. Anyways, so this is the would-be outcome if you weren't basically blocked by this wall and it's not quite an entire wall, okay? You have some positive things going on right now. What's going on around you right now is very positive, but the second half of July to the end of July basically is you're strongly, severely blocked, okay? So the Nine of Swords is the position of emotion, so you have a lot of fear energy right now, a lot of negative headspace, a lot of stuff going around your head, negative thinking. Your partner, if you have one, may be afraid of commitment, because this can also be a fear of commitment, getting cold feet. You know, I call this the chicken shit card. There's the guy's afraid, you know. Male Virgos, you may be kind of afraid of getting into it with someone. Maybe you really like someone right now, but it's, you know, it's not, you're not really ready for it, basically. Overall, this could be either guy or girl, male or female Virgos, where you're just, emotionally, you're afraid, you know. You're not... you've got a lot of negativity and a lot of fears kind of clouding you. And it's also blocking you from positive emotions, okay? When you've got fear energy, it's a blocking energy. It blocks you from positive things, and you want to get to those positive things. You've got some major highs and lows for the month of July, okay, that I'm seeing here. You have, you know, another low point being what the universe is sending you, which is you feeling unloved and unsupported, feeling like you're doing it all your own, feeling like there's nobody there for you, or feeling just terrified of getting hurt. This is like a double fear. This is like an overwhelming, massive amount of fear, okay? Because this is like holy terror, okay? Holy, you know, bat failure, or whatever they call it from like back in the day from Batman and Robin. You know, that's what it is. I mean, this is like together, this is not good. This is like the nightmare of all nightmares, really. And it's not necessarily true. Like, it's not necessarily like these things are they're founded in facts. This just may be all in your head in a way. You're afraid of everything. Some of you are afraid of falling in love. I'm just going to say it. And some of you are afraid of poverty. And some of you are afraid of being alone. And some of you are afraid of getting into a relationship. And some of you are in a relationship and are afraid about all the things that could possibly happen for you to break up, or for that could go wrong. There's an overwhelming feeling of anxiety and fear here, Virgo. Where you're feeling like you don't even have the ground underneath your feet, okay, for the second half of July. This is also fearing like the worst case scenario is going to happen. I don't like this, okay? This is very, very intense. This is like an intense storm or something, you know? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And you know, the thing following all that fear is you just feeling overwhelmed. The feeling of overwhelmed, and when is my ship going to come in? How much longer should I have to wait for life to begin, for me to meet Mr. Right, or me to be in a relationship, or me to have the finances that I need? And this is, you know, your heart you've been broken before. There's a lot of broken pieces of your past, all strewn everywhere. It's sort of like the story is, you fell off the cliff, either because the universe forced you to, or you took a leap of faith into something. And instead of you having, people there who are loving you and supporting you, you felt like nobody gave a shit, In the end, you fell, and you might have fallen into the ocean, which is good, because this is softening it a little bit. You fell into the ocean, you crawled to the shore, and there's all these cups and fish, and your dress is kind of in tatters, and you're, getting tended to by the water spirits, but, you're going, how much longer do I have to wait on this stranded island for somebody to come along and actually look like they're interested in me as a person and care about me as, a partner, and, act like they give a shit, how much how much longer do I need to be alone? There's a sense of aloneness, a very strong sense of aloneness here. And so those are some of the lower points. We also have, in the heartbeat of the reading, the Three of Swords as well, okay, which I don't like to see at the same time, okay? So we've got heartbreak, loneliness, fear of loss, fear of commitment, negative thinking, and all of that is kind of blocking you from positive things. You do have the high point of the joy card. See, it's sort of weird because you've got this low heartbreak, loss, sacrifice, trauma, and then this very, very high going from 0 to 60 joy card, which is, one of the best cards in the deck that you could have, feeling happy, feeling joyful, feeling amazing. I would really be cautious about traveling this month, okay? We're talking hurricane type stuff, storm stuff, okay? You getting into places where there's a lot of storms. Island places too. Island places where there's water. Don't do any of those little aircraft things. It would be negative. I wouldn't do that, okay? I'm not trying to scare you here, but this is one of those times when I'm getting images in my head of hurricanes, of storms. You want to look at weather. You want to be prepared. You want to go boating, or you don't want to go flying at the second half of July at all, okay? No boating or flying. No. I don't see the travel card, so I do see this card, which is a card about being separating. So you may have some of this loss and the sacrifice may have come from a breakup where you're separated from your partner and you're very emotional, very sad about it, or you will be sad about it in the future. This is more traumatic than sad at this time in this moment, the beginning of July. Later, it's going to feel like you're looking back at the past and going, okay, I just fell off the cliff. All this shit is hitting the fan. My partner and I broke up. And how am I going to kind of recover from all this? But yeah, getting back to vacationing, I would avoid the planes, the little planes, okay? We're not talking the big planes. We're talking the little planes. Big planes if you can help it, but little planes, yeah. And then storms. You really just need to watch the weather like every day. And I'm not trying to make you paranoid more than you are, Virgo, but I am trying to sort of foreshadow to you here that it would be not good. Any kind of surgeries too, any surgeries that you think you may going to have the second half of July, I would delay, okay? I would delay until after. You just have so much negative thinking and fear here that it's really blocking you from positive things, and I don't like to see this, okay? You have the waiting card as one of the waiting cards as, this foundation here. So it's sort of just like maybe you're waiting to separate, You're waiting for your abundance. You're waiting to feel joyful. You're waiting to feel supported. You're waiting for all these good things to happen and it's not happening, and you're frustrated that it's not happening when you really want it to happen, okay? The Seven of Pentacles is also about sexuality, sensuality, waiting on the harvest, waiting for things to become time. So timing is an issue. Time and timing. This card is about timing. The numbers 5 and 6 are numbers for you to consider. That could be 5 or 6 weeks. It could be 5 or 6 months. 5 or 6 years. I feel like it's more like 5 or 6 weeks. Things may be happening in that time frame, more, more to your liking. Okay, things may shift at that point in time. You have the Queen of Pentacles crowning you, which is you, female Virgos, which is feeling abundant and joy and happy and prosperous. And can also indicate pregnancy. Not everyone, but this is, this is feeling loved. This is feeling like nurtured. This is you being very nurturing to others. So it's, in the moment, this is what's crowning you. In the moment, despite the fact that you have this trauma and loss, that whatever it is that you're dealing with, there is some joy there, and there is abundance there. And you have the Capricorn male, or the Magician, in the immediate future, which is one of the Mr. Right cards. And it is also someone who's very good with their hands, and it can indicate getting a lot of things done and a lot of things accomplished. I feel like Virgo Capricorns actually make very good partners. You may be in a relationship with a Capricorn, or somebody who has strong Capricorn in their chart. You may have a strong Capricorn in their chart, in your chart. This is, another positive aspect to what's going on. I feel this person is very positive in your life, okay? So it's like, despite this trauma thing going on, you have all these positive cards around it, very positive. And then you get to the second half of July. So it's like right now in the immediate future, you're good, you're golden. And then the second half of July hits, and it's like the lights go out again. It's like, and I've seen this for you before, I think, Virgo, where you had several cards in this same position, where it's been like almost a complete, like flush, or just like whoosh of a wall of negativity, where there's nothing coming in. There's nothing coming in. You have to get to a place where you can overcome, you need to overcome your fears, okay? You need to get to a place in your mind where it's not a scary place. The world is not a scary place. You have to kind of come to those conclusions. You have to kind of, in a way, push away the negative thinking. The minute it comes up, you need to switch that off. Because it's not going to help you at all. Imagining worst case scenario for everything is not going to help you. In fact, it's going to make it worse. And I do feel like you can overcome these things and these fears. I always say fears are the easiest thing to overcome, because you just make it a point to be not afraid, to say I'm not afraid of any of it, I ain't afraid of nothing. I don't know why I said that. I don't know where that's from, but that's what came up. So, I pulled 3 cards for overcoming these challenges, and they were all positive. So that is actually really good. Rather than it being negative, and staying that way, you're not really stuck here in this place, but these are your challenges for the end of July to overcome. If you can overcome your fear and your worry, you should know that the universe is telling you, this is the do not worry card, and you've gotten this many times, not to worry because money is coming in, things are going to be okay. Opening your mind and being more childlike and saying anything and everything is possible, okay? Everything's possible. You can do it, basically. If you can overcome this terror of getting hurt, this fear of getting hurt, or this fear of failure, because a lot of times this is a card about failure too, feeling like you're gonna fail. And people, let me tell you, if you're one of those Virgos out there that has a fear of failure, you're never gonna fail. Because people with a fear of failure never fail. It's like absolutely impossible that they fail. they can't because they won't let themselves. So don't be afraid of it anymore. Be like, I'm not going to let myself. It's impossible. I'm always going to achieve success. I'm always successful. There is no such thing as failure in life. There is no such thing. And okay, so if you can overcome that, then you got the Wheel of Fortune, which is things improving and things getting better by your own actions, by you taking the bull by the balls, the bull by the horns, if you don't want to get so graphic, and you saying, you know what, world, I'm going to just take this for a ride. I'm going to take the world for a ride, and it's coming with me, and it's doing what I'm going to say, and things are going to go my way, and it will. The Five of Cups also is a card, and that's in the position of your attitude. It's a very passive card. You need to actually take more action, which is good that we talked about the Wheel of Fortune, because it is about spinning the wheel and giving it that positive intent of winning. Claim it from the universe. Whatever it is that you want, whether it's $5 scratch ticket or whatever it is, claim it. Be like, that's mine. It's already mine. It's already done. And go out and take action steps to go out and getting what it is you want. The Five of Cups can also be a person who's not taking any action, but waiting and waiting and waiting to meet Mr. Right, but not taking any action at all. Not going out, not dressing up, not being social, not getting on, any interactive sites, nothing. Okay, so you do need to take a more proactive approach to your love life, if that is what you are looking for, and a more proactive approach to life in general, because you can't just sit back on the couch and wait for everything to come to you. It doesn't work that way. You also need to speak your truth. You got the Ace of Swords, and this is actually moving on from negative people. Anybody in your life that's making you feel this way, whether it's a guy, whether it's a girl, somebody who's in your life that's negative, that's making you feel like shit, who doesn't support you, who doesn't love you. I feel like for some of you, you're in abusive relationships, okay? Some of you are in quite abusive relationships. For you to be this low and this afraid, this is like fear times 1,000. So there's something major going on. And this is where I almost would like to say that this is stuff that I don't get into, because this is where the police and stuff need to get called, and this is where some really scary shit's going down out there, and I'm not the person to handle that kind of stuff because I'm not trained in that stuff. So you would want to call your local authorities and or dial 911, okay? For those of you who are not in that kind of situation where it's so dire, you just need to speak up for yourself and speak your truth and do it in a non-aggressive way, but a firm way where you're saying, dude, this is not acceptable. This is what I'm looking for. The end, period. And you do need to move on. You need to move on from the negative things in your life, in the sense that you can't just stay in the same boat any longer. You need to move away, to move on from the negativity. Anything that's causing you negativity, whether it's crazy family members, your parents, friends that are negative, there's fighting or troubling people around you. This is moving on with your life, choosing to move on with your life, choosing to, accept the fact that you fell off the cliff, you fell into the ocean, you're on this beach, and you can't wait for the boat to come to you. You have to swim to it. So you go out and you start swimming, and you search for something, At least you're getting there, At least something's happening. Whereas right now, I feel like the clock is really ticking for you. The clock is ticking, time is going by, you're waiting for the boat to come in, and the boat's not coming in, you're going, when is it going to be happening, When is my time? But you need to make the effort to shut it down as far as the negativity. Shut it down. No more, okay? Any kind of negativity and fighting, no more. That's kind of how I see it. If you want to overcome these challenges. Now, if you want to stay in the same boat where nothing's moving, nothing's changing, it feels very negative, and it feels like really no blessings are coming in. You're just going to continue to feel like just negative. You're going to continue to feel lonely and sad, and that's not where, you know, I want you to be, and that's not where I bet your friends want you to be. So if there's anything that's happening that's kind of pushing you to move or move on, take advantage of this moment. Start to think about it as a great thing. Any change, you need to embrace it. You know, embrace the change. Do it. Don't think about how every little detail could go wrong. Don't think about how fucked up the whole thing is. Just think about how amazing it's going to be, and it will be better if you do that. So I'm going to pull final 3 cards. And the final 3 cards are actually really positive. You got the Judgment card, which is laying the past to rest, a new start, fresh start, starting over, really good. You got the Ace of Wands, which is passion and desire and Kundalini fire. That's right, baby. Pack the condoms. And you got the Ten of Pentacles, which is abundance, which is inheritance, which is wealth, okay? Money, big money. So some of you may be, you know, inheriting some money. There may be some arguments over an estate that's going on, because the Ace of Swords is also talks about inheritance and fighting over money. So there may be some argument over money in your family. Those of you who don't have that kind of thing going on, it's the Ace of Swords for you is about moving on from negative people, places, or things, okay? And speaking up for yourself and defending yourself, and you know, being truthful about how you feel and putting your cards on the table, okay? But to get the Ten of Pentacles is really amazing, because it is really true abundance for you. So, and this is also fertility. It's fertility at its best. This is being the king or queen of your own castle. You know, having enough money to really afford a really nice home, be in a really nice place. Some of you are going to have, or do have, a lot of money. And I feel like that's come up before for you, Virgo, and I don't know why it keeps coming up. Maybe similar people are watching this. It's possible. It's weird because I'm remembering that, and I don't really remember stuff like that very much. You know, my brain gets really foggy really quickly with these videos and with my clients' information. So, but overall, financially, things are going to be good for you in the end. But you have to avoid getting into the negative mindset and the negative worry, or feeling unloved, or feeling unsupported, or just feeling like afraid of failure, because those things will block you from the positive, the abundance that wants to roll in. Okay, so don't let any of that stuff get you down. Okay, any of the negative stuff get you down. Don't, not at all. You know, the Ace of Wands is also about making your mark on the world. You know, who are you in the world, and making your mark. And I feel like some of you are famous because, you know, for you to have making the mark on the world plus the big money card, it makes me think of, oh, there's a bunch of famous people that I'm thinking of right now. I don't want to start name dropping, but some famous people, maybe in the entertainment industry, that, you know, do very well. They made their mark in the world by being creative and doing what they do best. So some of you are comedians, and some of you are, you know, movie stars. Actors and actresses that are watching this, and it's going to make me blush, so I'm going to have to stop talking about it because it gets me like really self-conscious when I start thinking about it. You know, you guys are used to hair and makeup, and like as I was talking in Leo, my hair is starting to get like more and more frizzy as the day has gone on, and so it's like out of control. And every time I go to like buy anti-frizz stuff, I put it in my purse and then I somehow lose it. And I don't know how that's possible, but it gets lost in my purse, in the cavernous pit of the bottomless pit of my purse. So, yeah, enough about that. So basically, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. If you'd like a private reading, feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. And I wish you guys the best. And I send you big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, thanks so much. Take care.